Mr. President, I want you to know sometimes when I watch you striding across the White House lawn so confidently, with so much masculinity, I'll admit it, I get sexually aroused. Thank you for breathing life back into my once slumbering penis.
That was very well stated, listen.
It was Holocaust Remembrance Day, and as you know, 6 million people were at my inauguration. I mean, there were just so many people at my inauguration, but the media refuses to cover it. It's so unfair. And one day I'm going to write a memoir about this struggle and call it My Struggle.
Jimmy Kimmel and Alec Baldwin don't even have to break a sweat. Trump hands them the jokes, the setups, the punchlines, all prepackaged. Every appearance turns into late-night fuel. Every statement into a blooper reel that writes itself. Kimmel barely needs a writer's room. Baldwin doesn't need to exaggerate. Trump performs the parody daily. From podiums to photo ops, he's transformed leadership into slapstick. A spectacle so overblown that even the Marx Brothers would have rejected it as too ridiculous to believe.
A handful of Republicans are siding with Democrats to force it. They want to see it all. They want to know who Jeffrey Epstein's friends are, which I have to say, I know who one of them is. He looks like this. The guy, that husky one in the pink tie on the... Yes. That is a man Jeffrey Epstein described as his best friend.
This is a serious private conversation between 3 friends plus 50 reporters with cameras. I'm proud to welcome Kanye West, Yeezus, Yandi, Yadam, Yosain, an amazing guy. Thank you for coming, Kanye.
Yeah, that's right. I flew here using the power of this hat.
The brilliance of this duo is that effort isn't required. Trump has turned the presidency into a full-time comedy role, commander-in-chief by title, punchline-in-chief by nature. Every speech, every gesture, every decision becomes a meme factory waiting for ignition. Kimmel carves into the chaos like a chef slicing into an overripe fruit. Messy, excessive, and impossible to ignore. Baldwin just shows up and reminds us that no impression can outdo the original.
Disconnect. It's impossible. You can't turn him off. He won't power down. He's like Ultron. He just keeps going. Every day, it's something crazier than the next. I made a list. This is all in the last 2 months. I made a quick list. I will run through it. He paved over the Rose Garden. He's building a golden ballroom at the White House. He's planning a UFC fight at the White House. He cut off Kamala Harris's Secret Service protection. He named himself host of the Kennedy Center honors.
It almost feels unfair. Comedy and Trump are natural allies. Other presidents demanded wit, timing, subtlety. With Trump, all it takes is honesty. He lives the parody out loud. Baldwin doesn't have to invent. He just reflects. Reality under Trump already looks like satire that forgot to end.
A fantastic relationship with Mexico, okay? I have personally met with the Mexican president. I forget his name. I think it was something like Mr. Guacamole. I'm sorry, excuse me, Senor Guacamole. I also met his beautiful wife, Taquito, and their twin children, Chips and Salsa.
Then comes Trump's favorite obsession, appearance. A normal leader thinks about policy, strategy, diplomacy. Trump worries about lighting, applause counts, and whether the cameras love him enough. Kimmel nails it perfectly. High school student council energy in control of nuclear codes. Baldwin exaggerates the theater. A president treating state dinners like casting calls. It's funny until you remember it's real.
Over for Putin, he sent military tanks into Washington, D.C. He said the Smithsonian focuses too much on how bad slavery was. He called India and Norway to tell them to nominate him for a Nobel Prize. And he cut off funding for pediatric brain cancer research for children. You would think a person who himself has the brain of a child would be in favor of funding pediatric brain cancer.
And the scandals, Trump's real art form. Most presidents avoid them. Trump collects them like souvenirs. Each crisis is self-inflicted. Each controversy a punchline he can't resist delivering. Kimmel turns the absurdity into precision comedy, while Baldwin plays him as the ringmaster of a circus that never stops touring. The audience laughs, but the laughter comes with disbelief.
Recently polled Epstein's wing woman, his personal madam, Ghislaine Maxwell, out of real prison last month and transferred her into what is basically a courtyard by Marriott. The woman who has all the information on everyone is suddenly in a prison that has Pilates class, thanks to President Trump, and nobody bats an eye about this.
Kimmel zeroes in on Trump's obsession with rewriting reality, as if repetition could make lies true. Baldwin amplifies it. A man who'd declare the sun purple and call scientists biased for disagreeing. Facts are optional, truth negotiable, and ego the only constant. Kimmel's sarcasm slices through the delusion, exposing a leader who turns falsehood into policy and flattery into foreign strategy.
Trump warmed up for his date with the British press by yelling at a reporter from Australia who dared to ask about the billions of dollars he's been raking in since the election.
President Trump said a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Port Hornham program.
The Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Go ahead, John.
What a little
Baldwin plays Trump as if global diplomacy were a game show. Stand beside him, smile, and you win. Kimmel mocks the economic boasts that crumble under scrutiny, the habit of claiming credit for luck and blaming failure on everyone else. Baldwin heightens the absurdity. A man in love with rising graphs who calls falling ones fake. Together, they paint an administration powered by chaos and ego, where scandals multiply faster than solutions.
Is on the line.
I was expecting this phone call. Sure, she wants to tell me what a great job I'm doing. Yes, Mayor, you wanted to talk to me?
Yes, Mr. President, I'm so glad to have you on the phone. I'm begging you. Puerto Rico needs your help.
I hear you loud and clear, and you called the best person for the job. Trust me, I know things are, as the locals say, despacito. We're going to get you more help to you. We'll get you immediately, probably by Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest.
Mr. President, that's not good enough.
Well, you should have paid your bill.
When Trump addresses the nation, it isn't leadership, it's theater. Kimmel shows how his speeches confuse more than inspire, while Baldwin turns the melodrama into art. Trump's self-pity becomes the joke. A man wielding ultimate power yet whining like a grounded teenager. Baldwin's portrayal, sulking beneath the crown he begged to wear, lands with tragic hilarity.
Just yesterday, there's this video of what seemed to be garbage bags being thrown out of the window of the Lincoln bedroom. That's the White House. The official response from the White House said it was maintenance work being done while Trump was off on one of his many golf weekends. But Trump is even contradicting his own White House now.
There's a video that is circulating online now of the White House where a window is open to the residence upstairs and somebody is throwing a big bag out the window. Have you seen this?
No, that's probably a...
Kimmel skewers Trump's Twitter addiction, proof that impulse outruns reason. A man trusted with nuclear codes can't resist a midnight subtweet. Baldwin amplifies it, showing a president glued to his phone, lost in his own echo. Together, they roast the disappearing promises. Walls that never rose, debts never cut, miracles that never arrived. Baldwin's gag about Trump renting out imaginary castles hits hard because it's barely a joke.
Some of the Epstein and Maxwell victims held a press conference on the steps of the Capitol to demand the release of the files and to announce that they are making their own list of men who assaulted them to release. You know, they were scared, and they're still scared to release the names, but now they have an unlikely ally from inside MAGA.
I also encouraged him already this morning that he should have these women in the Oval Office. They deserve to be there.
You spoke to him?
Yes, I did. And I told him I'd be happy to set that up, arranging with their attorney by sharing his phone number.
What was his reaction about?
I haven't got an answer back.
I'm sure he'll get back to you on that very, very soon. You see that, Adam?
Baldwin turns Trump's illusion of leadership into farce, the salesman pitching an amusement park that never existed. Kimmel and Baldwin expose every promise as a stage prop, every rally as rehearsal for applause. Trump's epic of triumph dissolves into slapstick, and the laughter cuts deep because it's earned. The spectacle was always hollow. Baldwin just turns up the lights so everyone can see.
Takes a few days unless you join FEMA Prime.
What are you talking about?
Ma'am, I don't know if you know this, but you're in an island in the water. The ocean water, big ocean, with fishies and bubbles and turtles that bite. We want to help you, but we have to take care of America first.
Wait, you do know we're a U.S. territory, don't you?
I mean, I do, but not many people know that, no.
The sting of the roast lies in its irony. Trump imagines himself a hero, a conqueror, a visionary. Under Kimmel's spotlight, that myth crumbles into farce. Every boast becomes a blooper. Every triumph a setup for laughter. The humor doesn't distort. It clarifies. The crowd doesn't laugh at invention, they laugh in recognition.
New lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
Kimmel's roast transcends comedy. It exposes the gap between illusion and reality, between showmanship and leadership. Trump mastered the spectacle but never the substance. His presidency became a production, all lights and no story. Baldwin and Kimmel aren't cruel. They're accurate. As long as Trump keeps turning politics into performance, comedy will never run out of truth to tell.